Hi, Francesco. Nice to meet you.
Hi, nice to meet you.
First of all, thank you for your time. Thank you for being here because it's not something to take for granted. Everyone's time is precious. So, Francesco, I wanted to ask you, which service are you in?
Well, I'm in the elite group of Guadagno Sicuro Prop, and I got the largest package available, the 200,000 one.
Great. And
This was around the end of September, I think, or the beginning of October,
about a month or so, or maybe a little longer.
about a month or so. I signed up for the first prop, the 100,000 one, but I preferred to go straight for the 200,000 to test the service and everything.
You did absolutely the right thing.
Exactly. And the trading activity was successfully completed in just under a month, okay? I still have to do the math, but I made about, I think, around 1,300 or 1,400 euros, well, dollars. So that's a lot, and I regret not going for the
200. I can imagine. So, Francesco, thank you for immediately telling us how much you made with this first round, and congratulations, first of all. I wanted to ask you, with the support team, those times you actually used it, how was your experience?
The support team was very good. Clearly, you need to contact them when you purchase the props to activate the service, and they respond almost immediately. Within 5 minutes at most, you get a reply. And then the conversation continues. So basically, it's an almost instant chat. Very, very good. Let me explain. Very good. Even for me, and I'm pretty scatterbrained. So they actually provide an extra level of support. Poor things. I trained them well. I really did. Let's say, yeah, good.
That is very good indeed. I agree. I'm really glad to hear that because for me, support is fundamental. As you well know, Francesco, in the end, you can have the best service in the world, but the user still needs to be supported because that's how it should be. That's how it should be, in my opinion. So let's say that in the first cycle, you started with the 100,000 app and you made about 1,300 euros, dollars, basically a 100% return, considering that the cost of the prop was, if I'm not mistaken, thank you,
$490.
so you recovered the cost of the prop plus the 1,300?
Yes, yes.
I
I made $1,800. My God. But from that, you have to subtract the $500 for buying the prop, right? So it becomes 1,300, 1,400 more or less.
Of course, sometimes it's less, Francesco. It's not always like this. You might earn a little less, but that's perfectly fine, and sometimes even more. Also, as we always say, Francesco, thanks to this ping pong effect, you stayed in for quite a few days, let's say about a month. So it was pretty long, and you really made a great profit because usually the average with the 100,000 is around 600, 700, $500 or euros. So congratulations. And this is the proof, truly the proof. We can say it now. This is the bell effect, this ping pong effect, meaning, as I said during the live on September 23rd, the longer you stay in the market, the more you earn. The less time you spend in the market, the less you earn, but you can start again right away. In other words, you don't waste time, you don't lose anything. So it's meritocratic even in terms of time. Exactly.
Exactly. The fact that you stay in the market isn't a bad thing. On the contrary.
There are people who would pray to stay 3 months just to make 20,000.
Exactly. In fact, while this bell effect was happening, because I was monitoring it, and when I saw that the account was still growing, I thought, well, there was also the chance to get the prop, the GS edging one.
Yes, of course.
That one was available, the 50,000 one. So I took the 50,000, and now it should start in a few days, I think.
Between tomorrow and the day after, more or less. Also because, Francesco, you are one of the 13 lucky ones from that live on September 23rd. Since the edging prop, which isn't actually a prop, it's an edging account, is not yet available on the market. So it was only available to those 13 people. And you were one of those people connected live who, let's say,
I applied right away. I hadn't even finished explaining it, and I already got the message. And now I'm about to start with another one. I've already taken another one for 100,000. I still have to receive the money from the first one, but I don't care because I want to get started with the next one already. Yes.
let's say the money from the first one is on the broker. Once you withdraw from the broker, it's not a problem. And then if you want to start with the second one, I don't even know if it's worth it for you to withdraw from the broker. You can just withdraw the excess.
Just the excess. Exactly.
You withdraw the profit and leave the rest free to start right away.
By the way, I noticed that the amounts to be deposited with the broker have also decreased, so it's even less of a financial commitment.
As we always say, we always try to improve. We are refining the mathematical model so that we can more effectively and efficiently meet users' needs, meaning that less capital is required and more profit can be generated overall.
So I also wanted to mention, maybe you were going to ask me this, but I'll get ahead of you, that I didn't have to do anything. The only thing I did was check how much I was earning from the platform. That's it. No other activity. The only thing to do at the beginning is to provide you with all the account data, which is fine, but those are just basic things.
To link
the accounts, and then that's it. Just check how much you earn.
So you're confirming to me that this is a completely automatic service with guaranteed profit, right? Should I say it or do you want to say it yourself?
Absolutely, absolutely. I confirm. I hope this lasts as long as possible, obviously.
Absolutely, absolutely. Because I repeat, all the conditions are right, meaning that we have everything in place as it should be. A great broker that gives us access to the best prop firm currently available on the global market. By the way, they're also a Ferrari sponsor. And then let's say a service like Guadagno Sicuro that provides you with support 6 days a week, almost instantaneously. So the user is well protected.
Yes, clearly, exactly, more and more so. And so let's keep moving forward from here.
More and more to scale up, making things scalable in order to generate more and more profit, obviously. This is so that, as we were saying earlier when we had a chat, Francesco, over time, you try to build a kind of financial freedom for yourself, right? Exactly. By having an automatic income stream, maybe from one source, and then diversifying with other services, whether manual or not, you end up creating an extra income or a few extra streams that you need for whatever reason. One day, maybe as soon as possible, you might even be able to free yourself from your job. Who knows?
That's the ultimate dream, of course.
Exactly. That's what happened to me. And I try to share it with you in every possible way, in every form. It's understandable that people are wary because honestly, there's a lot of garbage, a lot of scams, and a lot of fake gurus online. But there are also honest people who put themselves out there every day and try to share what they do. So you are proof of that. And I hope you can keep going this way.
Let's hope so, definitely.
Perfect, Francesco. First of all, I want to thank you again for your time.
Thank you too. And
Danda for your interview, and may your interview serve as an example for anyone out there who is hesitant or wants to get involved. Actually, if you don't mind, I'd like to ask you one last question, if that's okay with you. Honestly, since we're being very informal here, as you can see in this chat, if you were someone out there, no, let me put it better, what would you feel like saying since you've really tried out this service? To someone out there who quite rightly is skeptical, who doesn't trust easily, and that's perfectly understandable, what would you feel like saying to them? Like to someone out there who maybe wants to try it but thinks, damn, I don't know, what if I lose money? I mean, what comes to mind for you to say to them?
so, what I would say is this: I understand because before I found Alex, I also came across a lot of fake gurus. Alex wasn't the first one I met. I ran into plenty of those fake gurus myself. Look him in the eyes, maybe try out a service that costs as little as possible, the lowest one, so you can build trust, and then gradually you can increase. I did the same thing with this service. Even though I trusted Alex, I was still scared. Even though I bought the biggest package, I was afraid to go for the 200,000 one, so I went for the 100,000. Now, for sure, next time I won't miss out on the 200,000 one. If it's not the next round, then the one after that, I'll do it, the 200,000 one. So trust is something you build in yourself, let's say, because in the end, it's you who has to invest. You gain it by buying small things and gradually moving on to bigger and bigger things. So that's my advice. And then you look him in the eyes, you can see that
Thank you. Come on, you're making me blush now.
there's absolutely no dishonesty here, not at all.
I turn red in Portugal, yes, but no, I blush because I'm very emotional. So when I hear these words, it's a pleasure for me. I also work for this reason because when you can help someone, and I hear it from someone who's basically a stranger since we don't know each other, if not for Zoom, right now for me, it's not just a pleasure, it's an honor, really. So thank you, Francesco, truly, thank you so much.
But look, that's just what I think, so it's no problem.
Thank you so much for your time and attention, and I'll see you very soon in the group. I sincerely wish you a truly wonderful and fulfilling week ahead.
Thank you.
Bye.